Governors of the People's Democratic Party have described the rising cost of living in the nation as worrisome. They met at the Oyo Governor's Lodge in Asokoro, Abuja, during which they addressed the economic and security challenges the country is facing. The governors called on security agencies to tackle the growing insecurity, urging the federal government to tackle the declining value of the naira. The chairman of the forum and Bauchi Governor Bala Mohammed said the governors are providing constructive criticism of the federal government's objectionable policies and nothing more. Well, joining us now to speak on the position of the governors on the state of the nation is the former PDP Vice Chairman, South-South, Emmanuel Ogidi. Good to have you join us today on Arise News.
Good to have you.
All right, and as you heard from the intro, what is your take on the situation in the country and steps to alleviate some of the hardship?
Well, the governors, they've said it all. This is something that affects everybody in the state. So sad. When issues were raised about many of us didn't take it serious, but today it's knocking on everybody's door. Knock any door, you hear what every family is saying. Even right now as we speak, look at the bush burning. So the hunger will be very serious this year. And this is just February. It's so sad. And there's no plan. Well, it is true, we just heard Mr. President announcing that grains should be released. I don't know what will happen. The governors have said it all. We expect the government to take that call very seriously. They should not look at it as politics. Hunger is not politics. Hunger is real. Well, we hope and pray that the APC government, but to tell you the truth, I doubt if the APC government can do anything. Because so far they failed in all the promises.
Now, I know that...
and I'm happy that our governors... Yes, please go ahead.
Now, I know that the National Publicity Secretary, of the APC has said that the opposition should not just criticize, but that they should also offer suggestions, on how we can move the nation forward. So considering all the issues, that the PDP governors have highlighted, rebuilding the economy, curbing inflation, curbing insecurity. I know they spoke about state police regarding insecurity, but how do you, what would you suggest, as a way of curbing inflation and, of course, the free fall of the naira?
The APC government just played to the gallery. All these things were in our blueprint. During the campaign of our candidate, Atiku Abubakar, he explained it all. So why do you want us to repeat ourselves? I expect them to go back to our document. It's not a thing of shame. They failed. It's just that they cannot resign now, trusting the way Nigerians behave. If they are sincere, all these things will go through. Because you see, the level of corruption today has attained a satanic height. And these are the consequences we're having today. If they can cure the corruption that's endemic with them, then there will be hope for Nigeria. Because we are playing politics with everything. Some years ago, I talked about Boko Haram. Boko Haram was politics. So Boko Haram was money politics. People didn't believe. But today, I've been vindicated. It's so unfortunate. The APC government, they're always looking for ways and means to satisfy themselves, not the masses. What do you want me to explain? It's a very simple thing. People are hungry. What do? You provide. Simple text, simple. So you want to ask me, how do you provide? The things are there for you to provide. Unfortunately, I'm a farmer, but I'm not a big-time farmer. I know what we are suffering today in our various farms. So what are you talking about? They said don't give subsidy. Even in America, America gives subsidy to farmers. So what are we doing? Give subsidy to farmers, and farmers will go. But the danger is that, can we go to the farms again? I'm not alarming anybody. We all know what it is. Even in your small backyard, you can't even farm there again. So what government should do, whether we like it or not, we must subsidize the farmers now, or we'll die of hunger. Nigerians are dying of hunger. Look at the, what you call suicide case, increasing every day. Look at the workers' salary. What can they buy? The dollar, I remember last week, Monday, the dollar has gained. But today, can you say the dollar has gained again? It's sad. Even when you go to some place, you see the foodstuff there. There's no money to buy the foodstuff. And if you're not careful, they'll go bad again. So it's a huge problem. In my village, there are these traders that normally come from Benue State to come and sell yam. They've been there for 1 week now. Very little sales they could make. Because there's no power, there's no money to buy the yam. So I asked one and said, how long will it last? It's a huge problem. It's a huge problem. But we pray God to open their eyes, and they should think of Nigerians. Because right now, all they are doing is to castigate us PDP, castigate other parties, whereas they are the big problem themselves. Once they can loosen up and be sincere, everything will be all right. That's my advice to them.
Well, even the...
But I mean them, I mean the APC government.
Right. Even the...
Yes?
The head of the Redeemed Christian Church of God has said that Nigeria's problem seems to be also a spiritual one that God needs to help us with. But clearly we have an issue with leadership. It's a leadership crisis, and everything has trickled down. In your opinion, within the party, what is being done to set better examples as to how one can lead their people better, even from the most small item? And I'm talking about this food crisis that we're talking about. What is the PDP doing within their own sphere to alleviate the hardships that Nigerians have felt, if anything, that's being done, seeing as the PDP is supposed to be the opposition party holding truth to power against the current government? What are they doing, or what are you all doing?
Yeah, the PDP states are trying. Right now in Bayelsa, I can see, well, even though the governor is busy with his this ceremony against tomorrow, but I know all the various subcommittee are put in place. You know, they are working hard to ensure that we feed. But you see, because we are not even living, we are not a republic. If we were a full republic, then it will be very easy. We're still looking for things from Abuja. Why? Everything we do affects us in the various states. Yes, it's true. You can say the land is local. Now, you can also remember, they discuss state police. Why did they do that? The governor is said to be the security officer in the state, but is he really? Yes, he's the chairman of the State Security Council, where the police commissioner is, the service commanders are. But in actual fact, they take their directive from Abuja. The other time, one of these Fulani people came into our community and so on. People were scared because the moment you arrest him, he's going to be freed. But the last police commissioner we got tried very hard. But do you know something? Let me tell you today my worries. If you come to Asaba, there's a place called Ibuzo Junction, or the roundabout. You see several youths, not from Delta State, or from the north, with hoes, diggers, all sorts of work implements. And every given day, You can count nothing less than 200 on the spot there. We're in trouble. No jobs. Those of us that are here can't enter our farms. They have run away from the north, coming here for green pasture. We're in deep trouble. We are in very deep trouble. Yes, Pastor Duboye says spiritual. Yes, it's spiritual. Because if we are spiritually minded, we will not be fraudulent, we will not be dubious. We will be able to do what we say we want to do. It's only the corrupt mind, and it's only God that can change that evil mind that's in us today in this government. How do you explain it? Look at the way people are just cutting away money, cutting away billions, things meant for. Look at the central bank, Uncle Bora's scheme. It's so sad. Well, I thought there was going to be light at the end of the tunnel, but the way the APC is going, we may not get to the end of that tunnel.
Now,
to support we need to pray so that they too can open their eyes, because they're still in the dark.
Now,
all the things you need to fix Nigeria is there.
Mr. Ogidi, allow me to interrupt you. Some analysts, they find it funny when the PDP, talks about the APC government, you pass the bulk, the APC, the PDP, they pass the bulk. As some analysts are wondering what's actually the difference between the two. Because you remember how the APC, sprung up. It was some of your disgruntled members that joined forces, with other with other politicians, on the opposing sides, to form the APC, and then they took over power. So I'm wondering now, if you say PDP, has the magic wand or has a way of helping Nigeria out of the wilderness, what is your party doing, to rebuild, to re-strategize, to win the trust of Nigerians so that we wouldn't be having this same discussion in the next 4 years?
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm happy you called them disgruntled. What do you expect? When a man is disgruntled, he's not part of the family anymore. So he goes to join the opposition. Of course, the only way he can join or mix freely with the opposition is to say all kinds of lies about us. See, we've been in government for 16 years. And I can tell you, we did very well. Yes, we had hitches here and there. So in comparison, we've done very well. And we have the magic wand, to tell you the truth. Because we have done it before, we can do it again. APC have not done it before. For this last 8 years, what did they do? But we have done it before. Yes, we're having some internal issues. Yes, there's no doubt about it. In every family we have issues. But we are taking time to resolve it. You see, in resolving issues in the family, it's not very easy. Because you need what you call, we need to encourage one another. That's what we're trying to do now. Some of us feel so bad. And you know what has even compounded our problem? This failure of APC government has also compounded our problem. Because they're telling us, oh, if we had done well, we would have been here. So they're not even happy with us, the leadership. So our job now is to explain to them, please forgive us, it is true. We made some miscalculations here and there. That's why we lost the election. But don't forget, not that we lost the election, it was stolen from us. That is the story for another day. Now you have stolen our mandate. Because they don't know anything to do with it, that's why we're having this problem. This would have been a quick fix for us. Because we gave a timeline. By this 8-9 months, Nigerians will not be crying. But because they stole the mandate, even the blueprints that's with us, they couldn't even read to understand it. That's why we have what they have today.
Well,
look at what they are saying in the economics. The money. Everything, even when government will say don't use dollar, you are still using dollar in your country. We're in trouble.
Well,
we're in deep trouble.
Well, Chief Ogidi...
But I can tell you this. It's unfortunate. Yes, please.
Okay.
I can tell you this.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
I can tell you this. Because Nigeria is blessed. God has blessed us with patience. We're going to weather the storm. But we will not forget this hardship that has been given to us by APC.
Well, to buttress
yes,
some of the facts you were saying before, of course, obviously you all went to court to settle the matter on the presidential election, and the results have been given. So this is the way that it is now. Anything else just seems a little more like sour grapes in a situation when we need to be focusing more on positivity and moving forward. And in saying that, there have been calls for the presidential flag bearer of your party to throw in the towel and step aside in order to give new blood and train some new blood into the party. Is this something that you would agree with? Is it an issue with leadership within the party that is causing the PDP to stagnate, and does it need more new blood to be sanctified?
No, throw away the towel, get the new blood. Mentor. Do you need to throw away the towel to mentor? No. It's a system. You know? I know that after one election, you are thinking of another election. That's what we politicians say. Yes, I agree with you. So what makes you think? Each time he makes a move, to say he wants to be president. It's not the time to declare yet. Everybody knows that. So right now, it's not around, yes. He's also a businessman. You know, when I was the party chairman, that's why during my tenure it was very sweet. Every politician to have a second address. In other words, when you are out of government, you should have your work to do. Atiku Abubakar is a businessman. He's gone back to his business. And at the same time, he's also going to be taking part in politics. So, I don't understand. If you want to, how can you take it now? Yes, you want to take it as a profession. Now that there's no election, what do you do? We're in opposition at the federal level. He cannot go and ask President Tinubu, give me that job. No, we won't do that. At this level. And to run a party is a lot. Just as the governors alone cannot do it, the candidate himself alone cannot do it, so it's all of us that can do it. So we are going through this phase. Normally when you fail, especially when you have been denied, I don't think now, if we had failed, really, it would have been okay. Because we were denied our mandate, it's difficult for us. It's not easy to get over that. But we're trying our best. Yes, it may look slow to you, but to us it's not slow. We know there's anxiety, but we believe that we must follow the ideals of the founding fathers and our constitution. But I can tell you this, after the reconciliation, whether we like it or not, we must also review our constitution. Because there are certain anomalies, just as we are also advocating at the federal level, that we must have community police, state police, and so on. So while we are saying that to the federal government, we're also talking to ourselves. Recall what the Governor's Forum said, the chairman said it. They gave a vote of confidence on the NWC. They are doing their best and then advise them what next to do. So it's a whole lot of things. It's a whole lot. It may look slow. It is slow because we're also...
Mr. Ogidi, now I know that some PDP chieftains, yes, like Chief Bode George, they've begun campaigning for a new face for the PDP, saying somebody like Atiku Abubakar needs to step aside and take the role of an elder in the party instead of being an aspirant or a candidate. What's your thought on this?
Did Atiku say he's an aspirant again? He has not said so. Let me tell you what happens in the party. Until the next convention, the candidate of our party is regarded as the leader of the party. That's how it is. When Obasanjo left, as president, we regarded Obasanjo as the leader of the party. Until Father said he was leaving the PDP. So apart from the normal national chairman and all the offices, we still have the candidates. That's why also all the candidates of the various states that don't have governors, we're also in touch with them. They are part of the NEC. So Atiku Abubakar will always be a member of the NEC. It is until we get to the convention that all those things will be resolved. Yes, it's good to say those things. I am not against new blood. Why not? If the blood is hot and can take us to the promised land, why not? Nobody is against that. But you cannot remove somebody who is the leader of the party. As we speak today, because he was our candidate in the last election, he's the head of the party. You can't deny him that. I hope it's clear now.
Crystal, so what is the way forward now? Yes.
Okay.
Yes, crystal clear. Thank you. The way forward now, with the way the situation is within the country, with the way the situation is within the PDP, the way the situation is amongst ordinary Nigerians, in your opinion, the way forward now?
The way forward, that's a tough one. First, let me commend Nigerians, because I've been looking at social media for some time now. There's been protests here and there. Please, I'm afraid, but if we're not careful, the country can be ungovernable. So way forward, I want to appeal to Nigerians. Bad as the situation is, let's be very careful. Because when there's an unrest, if you have a refugee kind of situation in Nigeria, it will be very difficult for the rest of Africa. Imagine Lagos of America. Look at the population of Ghana is about 22, 23 million, which is, Lagos is more than that. So if there's a problem in Nigeria and then people not to refugee move, it'll be sad. So please, as bad as the situation is, I appeal to Nigerians to see our patience and wait for whatever business you have been doing, put in more. Those of us who are corrupt, please be less corrupt. That's the only way forward. So we can open the space. The space, as I speak, is too close. Corruption has closed in on everything we're doing. So way forward, we should free ourselves. The bitterness is too much, and all because of failed government. So I want to advise the APC government, please free yourself, because we are too close. And take our template. Check whatever you want and do it for us. Because they know themselves that they failed. They know. President Tinubu knows he has failed. Well, he's just come back from his short holiday. And I'm sure he had a lot of things. Let him do something.
Well, Mr. Emmanuel Ogidi. Mr. Emmanuel Ogidi, former PDP Vice Chairman, South-South, thank you so much for joining us on Newsday.